Today we start second law of thermodynamics. Second law of thermodynamics. Second law of thermodynamics. Okay. In case of second law of thermodynamics, there are two statements. One is the Kelvin-Planck statement, another one is the Clausius statement. Okay, second law of thermodynamics, so there are two statements. First one is the Kelvin-Planck statement. Kelvin-Planck statement. Okay, Kelvin-Planck statement. According to the Kelvin-Planck statement, it is impossible to construct an engine which, while operating in a cycle, produces no other effect except to extract heat from a single reservoir and do equivalent amount of work. Okay, Kelvin-Planck statement, তাহলে it is impossible to construct to construct an engine which, while operating in a cycle, produces no other effect except to extract heat from a single reservoir. From a single reservoir and do equivalent amount of work Okay, do equivalent amount of work. So according to the Kelvin-Planck statement, it is impossible to construct an engine which, while operating in a cycle, produces no other effect except to extract heat from a single reservoir and do equivalent amount of work. Means, this is the high temperature reservoir, temperature T1. This is the heat engine. This is Q1. W equal to Q1. Q2 equal to 0. Not possible. Okay, total heat converted into Q1. Not possible. Q2 is equal to 0. That is not possible. Okay, that is the Kelvin-Planck statement. According to the Clausius statement, next our another point, Clausius statement. Clausius Clausius statement. Clausius statement. It is impossible for a self-acting machine. It is impossible for a it is impossible for a self-acting engine, self-acting machine working in a cyclic process unaided by any external energy, to convey heat from a body at a higher temperature. Okay, so according to the Clausius statement, it is impossible for a self-acting machine working in a cyclic process unaided by any external energy to convey heat from a body at higher temperature. Okay, so without low temperature to high temperature reservoir, that is the low temperature reservoir, LWT, low temperature reservoir to heat conversion, high temperature reservoir, HWT, refrigerator, without any external work, not possible. Okay, without any external work, not possible. Okay, so that is the second law of thermodynamics of Clausius statement. Another one thing, that is the entropy. Entropy is an extensive property. Why extensive? Dependent on mass. Intensive, independent on mass. So entropy is an extensive property of a substance. Extensive property of a substance. Extensive property of a substance and is designated by S. ds. ds is equal to dq by t, reversible. Okay. Isentropic process is one during which the entropy of the system remains constant. Isentropic process Q is equal to constant. So dq is equal to Q equal to constant. Therefore dq is equal to 0. So ds is equal to 0 implies entropy is equal to constant. S is equal to constant. So entropy is equal to constant. Okay, তাহলে according to the entropy principle. Another one thing is Carnot cycle. Okay, Carnot cycle works on reversible cycle, was suggested by French engineer Sadi Carnot in 1824. Carnot cycle. Carnot cycle. Carnot cycle, any fluid may be used to operate the Carnot cycle. Okay. Stage 1, heat energy source is applied, heat Q1 is taken in the fluid, expand isothermally. Okay, isothermally. Carnot cycle, PV diagram. Okay, process 1-2, heat energy is applied, fluid expands isothermally. Okay, isothermally, temperature constant, adiabatic. Okay, next process, the cylinder becomes perfect insulator. Okay, the fluid expands adiabatically. Okay, the fluid expands adiabatically. Fourth process, the compression to continue adiabatically. This is the expansion process, fluid expands. Expansion. This is the compression. Okay, one is the expansion, another one is the compression. Achha, work output, that is the work output. This is the same formula for all the cycle. W is equal to Q1 minus Q2. So the thermal efficiency of the Carnot cycle, is equal to W net by Q1. So that is equal to Q1 minus Q2 by Q1. Okay, Q1 minus Q2 by Q1. Now our second thing, Carnot cycle 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the TS diagram, PV diagram and TS diagram. If this is the PV diagram, one, two, three, four. This is the PV. This is the pressure versus volume. এটা হচ্ছে টেম্পারেচার কনস্ট্যান্ট, এই দুটো, these two are adiabatic. Now if you draw the TS plot, if you draw the TS plot, তাহলে 1 2 3 4 TS, ওকে, TS 1 2, এটা হচ্ছে হিট ইন, Q1, Q out, Q2. ওকে, 1 2 3 4. ওকে, 1 2 3 4. Heat in, তাহলে isothermal expansion. This is the isothermal expansion, isothermal. isothermal expansion. Isothermal expansion. Another one is the adiabatic expansion. This is the adiabatic expansion. Okay, adiabatic expansion. Another one is the isothermal compression. Isothermal compression. Another one is the adiabatic compression. Adiabatic compression. Okay, তাহলে isothermal expansion, one is the isothermal expansion, adiabatic expansion, isothermal compression, adiabatic compression. Okay, and heat in, heat out, same thing, heat in, heat out. Okay, তাহলে that is the complete diagram of Carnot cycle, and efficiency is equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. One numerical problem, source temperature T1, one numerical problem related to Carnot cycle. Okay, one numerical problem related to Carnot cycle. First one, source temperature. Source temperature T1 is equal to 773 Kelvin. T1 is equal to 773 Kelvin. 773 Kelvin. Sink temperature, that is the source T1. Source temperature, sink. Who receives? Sink temperature. তাহলে source temperature হচ্ছে 773 Kelvin. Sink temperature, sink temperature is equal to 100 plus 373 Kelvin. That is the sink temperature. So thermal efficiency, how much is the thermal efficiency of the Carnot cycle? তাহলে eta Carnot, all are in, remember, not in degree centigrade, all are in Kelvin. Okay, all are in Kelvin. তাহলে 1 minus T2 by T1, that is equal to 1 minus T2 373 divided by 773. Okay, one, no dimension, Kelvin cancel, 373 minus 773. After calculating, that is equal to 0.349. Okay, after calculating, that is equal to 0.349 or 34.9%. 0.349, তাহলে that is equal to 34.9%. Okay, 349, তাহলে that is equal to 34.9%. So when you calculate the efficiency, always remember all temperature are in Kelvin, and your efficiency, you should calculate the efficiency in percentage. Okay, in percentage. Another one thing is the Rankine cycle. Okay, Rankine cycle. The Rankine cycle is a vapor power cycle. On the basis of which steam turbine or engine works. Rankine cycle. তাহলে another one thing is the Rankine cycle. Rankine cycle Rankine cycle. Rankine cycle is a vapor power cycle on the basis of which vapor power cycle on the basis of which a steam turbine works. Steam turbine works. Okay. Rankine cycle. First one, you draw the PV diagram of the Rankine cycle. PV diagram of the Rankine cycle. P pressure versus volume 1, 2, 3, 4. Arrow 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, process 1, 2, reversible adiabatic expansion in the turbine. Very important. Process 1, 2, reversible adiabatic expansion in the turbine. Okay. Reversible adiabatic expansion in the turbine. 2, 3. Constant pressure transfer of heat in the condenser. Constant pressure transfer of heat in the condenser. Constant pressure transfer of heat in the condenser. Okay. Another one is the 3, 4. Reversible adiabatic pumping process. 3, 4. Reversible adiabatic pumping process. 4, 1. Reversible adiabatic pumping process. And the last process is the 4, 1. 4, 1 is the constant pressure transfer of heat to the boiler. Constant pressure transfer of heat in the boiler. Okay. Constant pressure transfer of heat in the boiler. Okay. Transfer of heat in the boiler. Constant pressure transfer of heat in the boiler. If you draw the TS diagram, this is the PV diagram. If you draw the TS diagram, temperature versus entropy, if you draw the TS diagram, the diagram looks like this. First one, if you draw the saturation line, okay, superheated zone 1 to 2, direct 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and this one. Okay, and if you add this one, that is the superheated condition. So 1, 2, arrow 2, 3, 3, 4, okay, like that. So this is the this is the TS plot of Rankine cycle. Okay, TS plot of Rankine cycle. Now we discuss about effect of operating condition on Rankine cycle efficiency. Effect of operating condition on Rankine cycle efficiency. Effect on operating effect of operating conditions on Rankine cycle efficiency. Rankine cycle efficiency. First one, increasing the temperature. Rankine cycle efficiency can be improved by, first one, increasing the temperature at which steam is supplied to the turbine. Increasing the temperature at which steam is supplied to the turbine. Okay. Second condition, decreasing the temperature at which steam is rejected by the turbine. Decreasing the temperature at which steam is rejected okay, steam is rejected by the turbine. Rejected by the turbine. Okay. Then another one thing, this can be achieved by increasing boiler pressure, superheating of the steam. Okay. The efficiency of the Rankine cycle also improved by the use of following method: regenerative feed heating. Okay. Improved by the regenerative feed heating. Regenerative feed heating. Fourth one is the water extraction using binary vapor. Okay, reheating of steam. This can be done. Reheating of steam. Okay, so that is the effect of operating condition of the Rankine on Rankine cycle efficiency. Okay, so regenerative reheating of steam. Okay, or increasing the temperature at which steam is supplied to the turbine, decreasing the temperature at which steam is rejected by the turbine. Okay, so that is the discussion about Rankine cycle and how to improve the Rankine cycle efficiency. Okay.